Yes, Smallville. I don't want to talk about Smallville anymore. I don't want to. When will it end? When will it end? Okay, no, okay, fine. Nobody watches these videos. I don't know why I keep making them. I swore I was gonna keep making them, so that's why I'm doing it. I'm a man of my word. I gotta keep up with this. And I did not make a video for season 8 yet. I just finished season 9, so now I'm gonna make a Congo video, which is probably a bad idea because season 8 was a pretty packed season and a lot happened and there's a lot to talk about, but I'm not gonna talk over everything. I just don't want to. Now, it may seem like I'm not liking the show anymore. Truth is, I still enjoy it. I really do. And I apologize too. I know I'm wearing a Marvel shirt. Blasphemy. Maybe I should hold up a Wonder Woman comic the whole time just to show you that I'm pro DC as well. But I'm not gonna do that. I really enjoyed season 8. Let's just talk about season 8 first. I enjoyed season 8 quite a bit. There's a lot that I didn't like, and there's a lot that I really did like. For the most part, I think it was, a real good season. So much better than season 7. Ugh. Season 7 sucked so much. Yeah. Yes, it did. Okay, so season 8 deals with. In fact, what did it deal with? What was the main story? Well, you know what? Doomsday is heavily involved in season 8, and I'm getting ahead of myself. I don't know where to begin with this. This is the first season where Michael Rosenbaum and Kristen Kirk are no longer series regulars. Sucks that Michael Rosenbaum is not there, or Rosenbaum. Maybe before I'm done with this series, I'll learn how to say his name correctly. It sucks that he's not there anymore. Kristen Kirk, I don't really care because the character got so boring in the last season, in season 7. But she does turn up in season 8, and she actually does a great job. But, again, I'm getting ahead of myself. Spoilers, obviously. I'm here talking about a show that came out years ago, so of course I'm going to talk spoilers. First, let's start with the intro. Okay, I watched the intro. Tom Welling, of course, Allison Mack as Chloe, Erica Durance, who I continue to love, and what's his name? Austin Ashmore, is that his name? Guy that plays Jimmy Olsen. He's back. He's a series regular. Then I see this new actress, Cassidy Freeman. Well, who's that? She is sexy. And then you see this one guy. I forgot his name actually. What the hell's his name? What is your name, sir? I forgot his name. Oh, they added the guy that plays Oliver Queen as a regular. What the hell was that EMT's name? Well, whatever. The character is Davis, who becomes Doomsday. Yeah. Oh, I gave it away so soon. And when they get to that part in the intro, I'm like, who's that douche? Anyway, yeah, everything just feels so different. Clark is now working at the Daily Planet alongside with Lois. The interesting thing about season 8 is Lois, who's my favorite character of the show now. She's my favorite aspect of season 8 and 9. Again, getting ahead of myself, I don't care. Erica Durance I love that woman. I love her. And I shouldn't say I love the woman because I don't even know anything about the actual woman. I'm judging her based on character, but I love the way she plays Lois Lane. And in this season, in season 8, she finally admits to herself she likes Clark Kent. She has deep feelings for her, and I totally buy it. That's what's great about season 8 is that I totally buy it. It's not just something that happened one episode after the other. I get it. I feel the connection there. Which of course we know Lois and Clark is gonna be a big thing anyway. But I'm just saying that the way it was created is very well made. It's very believable. And I love Lois and Clark, and to be honest, I love how their relationship has bloomed in this series. I, as far as the whole Shipper Wars thing goes, the whole Shipper Wars, Shipper Wars began with, all the WB shows, and it transcended with the CW shows. Everybody shipping who should be with who, and what romances they want to see. Smallville is definitely one of the shows that's responsible for the Shipper Wars, and I was Team Klana. What was it? Lana Lane and Clark Kent. I was into them until season 7, when they ended up together officially. That's it. Done. They're with each other, and they got so boring. I couldn't stand it. So with Lois coming into the picture, with Lois admitting her feelings, I am jumping ship. I love Lois and Lane, or if you have to give them a shipper name, Clois, I guess you would call them. But yeah, I totally buy the relationship, and I'm talking too much about that. Anyway, what else? As I said, the whole doomsday element comes in. Davis, who's an EMT, he helps people, but by night, something takes a hold of him. He turns into a monster. He tears people to shreds. Pretty good spin on the character. You have a good guy and a bad guy within the same, being. The actor was cool. I give him credit if I can only remember his name. Now, what I didn't like was Davis is totally feeling Chloe. Chloe is still with Jimmy Olsen. Now, they're having some issues, but they're still in love with each other, and they get engaged. And during the show, they get married, which is the best episode of the season, of season 8. But Davis and Chloe share a moment. Now, all of a sudden, we're meant to believe that Davis absolutely loves Chloe. As the season goes on, he turns into Doomsday. He can't control himself, except when he's with Chloe. For some reason, before he becomes a stalker to Chloe, after he becomes a stalker to Chloe, totally freaks her out. He basically tells her, I can't control myself unless I'm with you. Okay? Getting to the wedding episode, it was so awesome in so many ways. But then after that episode, Jimmy got hurt. Doomsday comes to wreck the party. He hurts Jimmy Olsen, puts him in the hospital, and for some reason, a few episodes after that, Chloe and Olsen are no more. Jimmy's kind of an a-hole in season 8. But anyway, my thoughts are all over the place with this season. Doomsday himself has been the butt of every Smallville joke for the longest time. Everybody says he looks like a degenerate reject of Power Rangers. The design is awful. just the worst thing to ever come out of TV. I'm gonna be honest. He looks silly. He doesn't look threatening. But if that's the best they could do at the time, what can I say? I just went with it. I said, you know what? It's a shame they couldn't do better, but whatever. They worked with what they had, and what I did like is that they never shined a full light on him. They always kept the character in shadows, so that was cool. I'll give them credit for that. What else? What else happened in this season? Oh yeah, let's talk about Lana. She makes a comeback. Oliver Queen is out to, I guess, he basically wants to end Lex Luthor, who was not a major part of this season. You do not see Michael Rosenbaum. When you do see Lex Luthor, it's just some guy who's half naked, I guess, and he's in a mask. We don't even really know if that's Lex Luthor. Oliver Queen is trying to eliminate him. And during his time of doing that, he comes across Lana Lang, who is now some kind of, I guess, freedom fighter of some sort. I never really understood that. Her hairstyle is hot. She looks hot in this season. When she does return, it's only for a few episodes, and it's good. It's good because it's like, I don't want to get tired of her again. I do think that her appearance in season 8 is some of the best work that she's done in the entire series. She meets up with Clark, old feelings spark again, and just when Lois is starting to feel for Clark, here comes freaking Lana all over again. Oh, Google eyes with Lana. They hook up, Clark and Lana, they hook up, and Lana develops powers. She wants to fight with Clark, not fight Clark himself, but fight alongside with Clark until one episode happens. Lex Luthor is responsible for putting this giant kryptonite bomb on the roof of a building, and the only way to stop it is for Lana to suck up all the kryptonite. It won't kill her, but she will be infected with kryptonite for the rest of her life, making it impossible to ever make contact with Clark again. The way they did that, that's basically writing her character off the show. And that they couldn't have done it in a better, more emotional, and convincing way. I love the way they did that. I actually felt something between the two characters for once. I actually felt emotion when they couldn't be with each other. And before that happens, they explore the relationship. They kind of go over, is this going to work? And Lana Lang says it the best way possible. To hear her say, maybe you have to face facts. Maybe Lana Lang and Clark Kent were never meant to be. As a viewer, as somebody who was invested in this relationship at one point, that hit the nail on the head, because obviously we know they don't end up together, but it's hard to see them separate. And when they do, when she says that, it's like, you know what? You're right. Now piss off. So yeah, she infects herself with kryptonite. Despite that, Clark tries to be with her. He can't, and so she leaves. She leaves forever. Hopefully she does not come back at all. I still have to go. One more season. Season 10. That's it. I don't know if she needs to come back or not. I don't want to know. I have this itch right here. It just won't go away. So weird. Anyway, let's see what's going on with Clark. There's just so much going on in this season. This is still season 8 that I'm talking about. The Legion episode was really cool. Seeing the Legion, characters from the future coming to fight alongside with Clark. Pretty cool. Like I said, the Glide episode was the best. That was such a good episode, so well done. Um, so much happened where it's like, I don't even know where to begin. I mean, the new chick, Cassidy Friedman, who plays Tess Mercer, who works for LexCorp, she's a sinister woman. I found her to be an interesting character, very sexy to look at, I'm not gonna lie. And she's trying to earn Clark's trust, but he will never trust her. She has worked with Lex Luthor. She actually was a protege of Lex Luthor until I believe it was Lana who talked some sense into her and made her realize that Lex is a bad boy. Anyway, I found her to be a very interesting character. Although I don't know what else to say. Now, apparently, they've officially said, screw it, we respect the comics, we respect the films that have come out, but we are telling our own story, and then Jimmy Olsen dies. He dies! Davis kills him, because he becomes so obsessed with Chloe that he kills Jimmy Olsen, and there's a funeral, and it's emotional, and this is already 16 minutes long. Jimmy Olsen died! What the fuck? He's not supposed to die? So anyway, that's the way the season ends. It was a solid season, I really enjoyed it. It had its drawbacks, and for 16 minutes I sure didn't really cover much. Anyway, I'm going to jump into Season 9 now and end this quickly, because I don't have a whole lot to say about Season 9. Deep down, I will say it was a good season, but there were many times when I just wasn't interested. I would put it on, and then I would be looking on my computer at other shit, and episodes would just kind of come and go. There wasn't a whole lot I could remember from the season. Zod is obviously a factor in Season 9, which I didn't really understand, to be all honest, until I looked it up, and yeah, it's a clone of a younger version of Zod, and I guess Clark tries to kind of befriend him, but Zod is just, Zod's power hungry, so eventually he just wants to do his own thing and save the Kryptonian race at all, by any means necessary. The actor who played Zod, he did a good job. He really did a good job. And the only thing is, every time he talks, he always has like this popping sound to everything he says. It's weird. But then again, who am I to talk? I have a speech impediment. What I didn't like was Chloe. So Jimmy Olsen died. She grieves for a little while, and all of a sudden she hooks up with Oliver. I mean, I do like that she becomes the Watchtower. She oversees all the superheroes that they've come into contact with, and they're gonna fight crime and evil, and I really like that aspect of it. But yeah, she hooks up with Oliver, and I'm not gonna lie, they're a good fit. But Jimmy just died, man. I would say by the time she hooks up with him, it's only been like maybe 6 months. I don't know, man. That's kind of quick. I'm not saying you should move on, but anyway, the best aspect of Season 9 by far to me is the progression of Lois and Clark. I mean, what I do like is that Clark finally embraces who he is. He finally uses his powers for good to save people. He I don't know if he necessarily completes his training, but he takes it more seriously. He has now become the Blur, because in season 8 they said that whoever is doing all this is like the red blue blur. Now he's embraced himself. He's now the blur. He wears a costume, which is just basically a trench coat and a black shirt with the crest of the house of L. And I like that. I like that aspect. But also, what progresses is the relationship between Lois and Clark, and a fling or a partnership the Blur has with Lois. Lois Lane. I haven't once said Lois Lane in this video. So Lois and Clark they're a thing, they're together, and they're great together. The chemistry between Tom Welling and Erica Durance is so electrifying. It's insane that these two didn't start dating in real life. Although I'm sure her husband would have had something to say about that. But they're so good together. I'm like hooked on every moment that they're together. Anyway, yeah, their progression is great. They have some ups and downs, and I'm with their relationship 100%. Now, in the meanwhile, Lois is tracking down the Blur. Who is the Blur? After a while, Clark is like, you know what, I gotta talk to her. So they talk via phone. Clark has a scrambling device that hides his voice. And so he communicates with Lois Lane. And she tracks down leads, kind of assists him with fighting crime. And it's great. And she becomes obsessed to the point where she feels like this is her calling. And it means a lot to her. Probably more so than being with Clark. Anyway, there's the conflict of, her not being safe, but her wanting to do what she has to do, her making enemies with some pretty high ranking officials, and the Blur has to protect her. All the meanwhile, there's Zod, who's trying to make it seem like he's a good guy, and apparently, of course, he's not. And so, yeah, there's a lot going on in season 9. And like I said, there were many times when I wasn't really into it. And I should be. It's finally really realizing what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a comic book TV show. And it has that. And it definitely has that with the 2-part episode, Absolute Justice, which I find funny because it is the only episode in the entire series that has 2 words. Every episode of this entire series has 1 word in the title. Just 1 word. So, you figure it's a 2-part episode, let's give it 2 titles. Originally, they were supposed to be called something else and be separate videos, but whatever. That was an awesome episode. Seeing Hawkman and Stargirl, Dr. Fate or Fate? Let me look this up. Absolute Justice. Great episode. Tom Welling directed the 2nd part. It was very, very good. Very exciting episode. Very well done. They go up against this organization known as Checkmate, and it's led by Amanda Waller, played by Pam Grier, which is really awesome. And that was a highlight. That was definitely one of the highlights of the of season 9. But I'm telling you, for me, it was all about Lois and Clark. That was my favorite aspect of the season. And then we get Mama Kent back. Martha Kent comes back towards the end. She visits Clark, and she ends up being the Red Queen. And she's trying to protect her son, trying to, take down bad corporations. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird knowing that Martha Kent is now, I don't know. a fighter of some kind. I don't know. Anyway, the season finale was really good. It was very entertaining. There's a great fight between Zod and Clark as he tries to convince the other not Kryptonians, but the what are they? What do they call them? Kandonians, I think they are. Tries to convince them that Zod is a bad guy, and when he finally does that, and when he tells them that he has a way to get them back to their home, a new planet for them to live at, he gets in a fight with Zod, and it's pretty brutal, pretty awesome, and it leaves on a cliffhanger with Clark, who was just stabbed with blue kryptonite, falling to his possible death, which we all know is not gonna happen. Anyway, I mean, there's a lot more to cover, I'm sure, but I don't know, season 9 was just one of those seasons where I know it was good, but I just wasn't really into it as much as I should have been. So I really hope that season 10, which I'm going to be starting real soon, one more week, and I will have conquered Smallville. But I hope that season 10 ends. Well, I heard the finale. The finale is not good. I know what happens. So, but hopefully the season itself is good, at least watchable and enjoyable. Season 8 was great. Season 9 was good. I probably didn't pay enough attention to it like an idiot. But anyway, there you have it. There are my reviews of Season 8 and 9 of Smallville. So, if for some reason you actually watched this entire video, thank you. And what are your favorite moments from Season 8 and 9? That's it. So, Smallville, pretty good show. Definitely falling in quality. But at least it's a fun escape show. And as long as season 10 is not like season 7, I'm okay with that. Oh yeah, and by the way, in season 8, they make one last appearance. They allow one last appearance for Supergirl, and then they write her off the series entirely. Which, I don't know, such a waste. I love the actress, she's so gorgeous. Anyway, thank you for watching, and go Superman go. Peace. Watch it.